For the Yankees in that ALCS, now pitching for the Mariners. Freddie Garcia lost this battle with Bernie Williams in the bottom of the fifth. The Yankees go up 5-3 on Bernie's second of the year. Top of the seventh, man on. Roger is still in the game. Tom Lampkin to left. Chuck Knobloch gloves it, and the ball caroms off the wall, back in. Boone, who was on the run, said, just come on home now, Brett. It's ruled a home run for Lampkin. Joe Torre and Lance Barksdale discussed, but the ruling still stands that the ball had left the yard, but as you can see, it sort of pops off the top, just like Todd Zeal's home run or fly ball did in Game 1 of last year's World Series. Top of the eighth, John Olerud up at the plate, and he brings in Edgar Martinez with 2 outs in the eighth inning. The Mariners add an insurance run in the ninth. First 2 runs scored off of Mike Stanton this year. Bottom of the eighth, Seattle still up by 1. 2 on, 2 outs. Norm Charlton facing Tino Martinez. Swinging. Charlton struck out the side in the eighth. The Mariners go on a win, 7-5. Garcia retired the last 7 batters he faced and hung around long enough to get the win, improving his career regular season numbers against the Yankees to 3-1 with a 3.74 ERA. That's 5 straight wins for the Mariners, who improved to 9-3 this season in games decided by 1 or 2 runs. The days of home run derbies and blown saves in Seattle are over. The Mariners' current April ERA is more than a run better than last April's, which wasn't too shabby in its own right. Seattle entered Tuesday's game in New York with the major's 5th best ERA, while its pen has blown only 2 of 14 saves. That is how Seattle is 12 games over 500, Reese.
Best winning percentage in baseball belongs to the Twins at the Fens. Joe Kerrigan, the Sox pitching coach, talking to Paxton Crawford. He gave up 3 in the first. Carl Everett takes strike 1, swings at strike 2. Fishing outside and then fishing high and tight. He went down on 3 pitches. Mark Redmond had a couple of Ks on the night. Bottom 2, Everett has another chance. 3-1, the bases are juiced, and Carl Everett is logged on. Grand slam, his 3rd homer, and Boston takes the lead, 5-3. Bottom 4 Twins with terrific defense. Corey Koski robbing Darren Lewis, and then Chris Steins, who would have had a 4-hit night if not for Corey Koski. I'd try somebody else. Jose Offerman's the next man, and he does. Doug Minkiewicz just pegged after the stop, and 1-2-3 inning. Pretty as you please. Bottom 5, Dante's up, and it is gone. Bichette with his first homer, just his 2nd RBI of the season. Red Sox have a 6-3 lead. Top 8 at 7-4. Minkiewicz up in Wakefield. Oh, the knuckleball was heavy. It shattered the bat. Wakefield went 4, gave up 2 hits, just 1 run. Bottom 8. Look who's up again. Manny Ramirez, 3 for 5, pushes that average to 429. He's got 22 RBI on the season, and the Red Sox cool off the Twins just a bit.
Down 3-2, but not anymore. Raul Mondesi unloads on Doug Davis. 5th home of the season. Jays now lead 4-3. Top of the 6th, Rangers have runners on the corners with 1 out. And it's Rafael Palmeiro at the plate. Palmeiro, base hit. Rusty Greer, come on down. A-Rod trying to go from 1st to 3rd, but Mondesi tells him those who are late do not get fruit cup. What a hose. We're tied at 4. Bottom of the 7th, runner on 3rd, 1 out. And it is the Raul Mondesi show. Up the middle off of Pat Mahomes. Shannon Stewart scores. It's 5-4 Jays. It's 7-4, top of the 9th. Billy Koch on to close it. Pudge Rodriguez with 3 homers in his last 3 games make that 4-4. Oh, he hate me. Way out of there. Woo! Koch would settle down, though. That would rattle you, though. 7-5, Ruben Mateo swinging to end it, and the Jays hold on to win it 7-5. Mondesi drove in 3. Jose Cruz Jr. extended his hitting streak to an American League season-high 17 games.
5 tied at 2, man on for Greg Vaughn against Brian Meadows. Greg Vaughn, 5th of the year, career home run number 325. That puts him 72nd on the all-time list. I bring that up because, well, I'm not really sure why I brought it up, but he is 72nd now on the all-time list, tied with Willie Horton. 4-2 the final. Smallest crowd in D-Ray history, just over 11,000. Jermaine Dye, by the way, fouled a pitch off his knee, later left the game. And the Marlins going at it. Here's Williams. His first start is short in 10 years. Top 1, Williams gets a test. But Floyd, a little duck snort. There goes Williams making the nice play. Catch a ball anywhere on the diamond. Top 6, score tied at 4, bases loaded for Kevin Millar. Against Byung-Hyun Kim, who perhaps hung a pitch. Millar smokes it. Mike Lowell, Charles Johnson, Alex Gonzalez would score a 3-run double for Millar. Marlins go up 7-4. Bottom 8, now a 7-5 game. Bases juiced.
Oh.
Armando Almanza bounces over Johnson's head, and David DeLucci scores, and the lead is down to 1. Next batter, Antonio Alfonseca facing Jay Bell. Jay Bell out of the yard. 3-run shot. Diamondbacks take a 9-7 lead, but more trouble for the Diamondbacks in the ninth. Matt Manti, their fine closer, hurt himself throwing that pitch. He left with an elbow injury. We're going to have to evaluate that. Manti's had a little arm trouble in the past. Diamondbacks go on to win the game to pull to 500, 9-8. Florida now 1-7 in one-run games. Cliff Floyd, despite that nice play by Williams, went 3 for 5, hit his 5th home run. Arizona, at least 9 runs scored in 3 of their last 4 games. Williams perhaps concentrating on his defensive position, 0 for 4, and left 4 guys on base. Pirates and the Dodgers, top 3, no score, 2 men on, 2 out. John Vanderwall smokes one. Takes Chan-Ho Park out of the park. Vanderwall's 4th of the year. Pirates take a 3-0 lead. Bottom 4, same score. Omar Olivares is cruising. Just saw Sheffield off, right off his cuticles. Olivares yelled 2 hits in the first 4 innings. Bottom 5, still 3-0. Dodgers have men on first and second, nobody out. Park trying to get down the bunt. He doesn't get it done. 1 gone. Tom Goodwin now stepping up. Right at Kevin Young, and that's a double play, and that's the way you get out of the inning, and the Pirates did, and the Pirates beat the Dodgers 5-1 the final in that one. Young 2 for 4, and RBI is average now up to 327. Pittsburgh really hasn't been playing well of late, just his 3rd win in the last 10 games. Jason Kendall has a hit in 9 of 10 games.
The Reds in San Francisco up 2-0 in the second, but Russ Davis up the middle. Oh, Barry Larkin, nice play to smother and throw him out. Bottom of the third, 3-1 Reds, runner on second when Barry Bonds busts out the whooping stick again. 8th homer in the last 11 games, 503 now on his career, 9th of the season. Top of the 4th, 5-3 Reds. Sean Casey with runners on the corners deep to left center field, and it finds some space. Off of Levon Hernandez, 2-run double for Sean Casey, 7-3. That's your score in the top of the 6th. Watch as Jeff Kent flips the ball to pitcher Chad Zerbe. Does Zerbe touch the bag? Sure looks it from that angle. Umpire Ed Rapuano calls it safe, much to the dismay of Jeff Kent, who gets the gate. Dusty Baker trying to plead the case, but all to no avail as the Reds win 9-5. 5th straight road win for the Reds, and their road warrior is former Indian, current Red Jim Brower in San Diego. Bottom of the 4th, Padres down 6-4. Mike Colangelo hits it to right, and it's by Bobby Abreu. 2-run score. Colangelo is going to go to 3rd. He's going to try and come all the way home, and he's greedy. He's out, so we're just tied at 6. Top of the 5th, tied at 6, and it's Abreu. I guess making up for the defensive sin, if you will. 4th home run of the year, Phillies up 7-6. Bottom of the 6th, Ricky looking to tie Babe Ruth's all-time walk record, and he got it. Never done that before. Walk number 2,062 all-time for Ricky tying the Babe. Way to walk, Ricky. Top of the 7th, Abreu again. Rips it to right. Scott Rowland, come on down. Phillies go up 8-6, and Bruce Bochy scratching his head as the Phillies win 12-7, sending San Diego to
offensive explosion, especially Kevin Tapani out there in his 0.96 ERA. Bottom 1st, 2 on, nobody out for Larry Walker. Of course, sometimes stats lie. The 3-run shot by Walker. Walker's 10th, 3-1 Rockies. Remember all of that stuff I said about Todd Helton against the Cubs? Bottom 4. Tapani's pitch, the weakest link. Goodbye. Helton's 6th. He was 2 for 4, his first multi-hit game in nearly 2 weeks, and the Rockies had a 9-1 lead on the 3-run shot. And Tapani's ERA goes up nearly 4 runs, giving up 10 earned and 3 1/3 will do that to you. Walker, some big-time wood. A 2-run shot is 11th. That ties the National League record for a number of home runs in the month of April.
And the first opponent outside the AL West, the White Sox, which had 2 men on and no outs in the second inning. Barry Zito to Julio Ramirez, the bunt in the air. Zito makes the grab, 1 out. to second for 2 outs. Miguel Tejada, why not throw to first? Try the triple play. Well, I guess that's why not. Sandy Alomar winds up on second base, but what a full extension out of Barry Zito, almost starting the triple play, and it was a nice try by Tejada. Bases full of A's in the third for Jason Giambi, who has just left the building for his 6th homer this season, 8th career grand slam, second against the White Sox. And the A's up 4-3, and Barry Zito would take that lead and run with it. In the 5th inning, Frank Thomas, not the pick to click. Looking, bat .230 on the season. Bottom of the 7th, and that's Ramirez swinging. Zito retired the last 13 batters he faced. 6-4 is the final. The A's have won 5 of the first 8 games in their season-long 13-game road trip, while the White Sox continue their downward trend, 4 straight losses. And after the game, Jerry Manuel said he will hold a team meeting because the rundown asks us to. The top of the 4th, runners on the corners for Brooke Fordyce against Jeff Weaver. Fordyce back to Weaver, throws to Brandon Inge, home, and whoops, he drops it. Jay Gibbons safe. O's win at 8-3. Weaver, 6th in the 3rd inning, 6 runs, 2 unearned. Pat Henkin gives up 3 runs on. I've always wanted to do that.
Angels and Indians, top 1, no score. David Eckstein on first. Darren Erstad, who's been struggling, clocks 1 over Kenny Lofton's head. Eckstein, they're going to try it. Eckstein. Oh, nice tactical move. Erstad was 2 for 5, average up to 259. Angels up 1-0. Erstad on second. Now Colon against Troy Gloss. Grounds it into center field. Erstad will motor home. Gloss now 2 for 3, pushing his average to 227. Angels have had trouble hitting, if you haven't picked up on that. Wally Joyner, not the size of the stick, all about finding the sweet spot. 2-run shot, his second of the year. Angels up 4-2. Bottom 7, Scott Schoenweiss and Omar Vizquel. Do you like to punch him out or ring him up? I think Jim Reynolds likes to ring him up. Schoenweiss won 8, struck out 5. Angels go on to win it by a count of 7-2. The Tribe's 6-game winner is over. The Angels' 4-game loser likewise.
Expos in St. Louis. Top of the 1st, no score. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. But Darryl Kyle gets Vladimir Guerrero swinging. 7 strikeouts, no walks for Kyle. Top of the 3rd, still scoreless. Runner in scoring position for Guerrero. But that runner in scoring position, Javier Vasquez, is going to test Jim Edmonds and lose the battle. A lot of posings at the plate in this show. Bottom of the 3rd, runner on first, Placido Polanco grounds to a surefire double play. But Fernando Tatis boots it twice. Runners on 1st and 2nd now. 2 batters later, Albert Pujols brings in 2 runs. He leads the team with 19 RBI. Cards up 2-0. He now leads the National League with a .377 average. His 26 hits are just 2 behind Jose Vidro for the league lead. Bottom of the 4th, Jim Edmonds unloads the bases as Jeff Blum misplays the ball, clearing the bases. Cards go up 5-1 and win 7-2. Darryl Kyle improves to 3-0 against Montreal the past 2 seasons, giving up just 1 run in 23 innings with.
You know what Chipper Jones wanted for his 29th birthday? To face Shane Reynolds. His .310 with 4 homers coming in, and there's another one. Chipper's 4th. He went 2 for 5 at a couple of homers, drove in 3. Bottom 2, bases juice, and Odalis Perez walks Jeff Bagwell, and Shane Reynolds will stroll home leisurely. Perez threw 11 straight balls at one point in the 2nd inning. 3-1 Astros. Check out Perez here and check his shoulder. Makes the slightest. Oh,
that's a ball.
It is a ball. You like to point to him and tell him it's the ball. Julio Lugo scores. 4-1 Astros. Perez and Leo Mazzoni having a conversation. Moises Alou with a 10-5 game in the 6th. Correct. Alou, his 2nd home run of the game. The Astros scored 9 of their 11 runs with 2 outs. Alou, 4 for 5, drove in 4, and the Astros hammer the Braves 11-6. Those 4 hits for Alou ties his career high. It's his 17th multi-homer game in the Bigs. Reynolds beats the Braves for the first time since 1997. He'd gone 0-4 with a 6.5 ERA in 6 previous starts. 15 runs in the last 2 nights. Braves' best 2-game output of the season.
The Mets in Milwaukee, top of the 3rd, Mets down 1-0, 2 outs for Super Joe McEwing. Down the right field line, Jeremy Burnitz has trouble in the corner, and McEwing ends up on 3rd base. He would later score on an Edgardo Alfonso home run. How about that? We show you a triple, but not a home run on SportsCenter. All right, let's make up for it. Richie Sexton, a 2-run shot, puts the Brewers up 3-2, and the very next batter, Jeremy Burnitz, look out ferocious. 450-foot shot, the longest home run in the 10-game lifespan of Miller Park. Brewers up 4-2. It's 4-3, bases full of Mets, and Mike DeJean walks Joe McEwing, bringing in Jay Payton. We're tied at 4, but the bottom of the 6th, Tyler Houston pinch hitting and leaves the yard. Takes Donnie Wall over the wall, 2-run shot. Brewers go up 6-4 and win as the Brewers busted up Glendon Rush's 15 consecutive scoreless innings streak in a big bad way, smashing him for 4 runs on 10 hits in 4 innings. And to add insult to injury for Mets fans, the guy who broke up the streak, Tony Fernandez,